What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome to another live of J Nolan News, man. I'm gonna start going live a lot more often, just shooting off the cuff, letting y'all know how I'm feeling about things going on in the culture. It takes a lot to edit videos, man. You never know till you actually put in the position that had to do it. But it take a lot to edit videos. So today we're gonna have a nice little show, man. I got some things planned out. We're gonna go over a few things. I'm gonna let some people go ahead and join in on the chat and stuff. Hope y'all come on in. Let's get this thing cracking. We standing on business today. That is gonna be the word of the day. Standing on business, the phraseology and everything. Okay. Now, the first thing we're going to get into today, of course, you see T.I. here. We're going to talk about T.I., his son King, and everything that they've been going through. Of course, we saw that they had their little situation the other day on Sunday during the Atlanta Falcons game where T.I. was actually scheduled to perform, right? He was a part of the halftime show. We saw Ludacris out there having a great time hanging from the ceiling. We saw Jermaine Dupri out there. Hey man, it's a sad day when the goddamn halftime show is almost looking better than the actual Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me no Shakira at the Super Bowl. Give me the Atlanta Super Bowl all over again, right? Everybody tuned in. Make sure you check in the chat too. Let me know where y'all coming from, where y'all viewing from, how y'all doing today. But yeah, we saw the video. They was hanging in the skybox, T.I. and his whole family. You know, he was up there with his son, King. King had been acting a goddamn ass the whole time, right? Eventually, they got on this conversation of King on whether or not he was from the hood. You know what I'm saying? And T.I. and Tiny, they looking at him like, nigga, we really from the hood. Like, we from, you know, T.I. is from Bankhead. I believe Tiny is from College Park, right? And he wanted to put his bid in so he could feel, you know, right at home with the rest of the fam. He like, shit, I'm from the South Side. They're like, hey, pump your brakes, sir. Okay, just cause you got a Camaro don't mean you can roll with the big dogs. All right. So they're like, hey man, you grew up in our mansion. Okay, you liked to go to your grandma's house on the South Side. You used to hold your breath. You used to cry. You used to want to hang out with the other kids. You're not the same. You had dual citizenship between a mansion, seclusion, gated community, and going to hang out with your granny, okay? Let's go ahead and make that distinction very clear. You ain't from the hood. You just witnessed it, okay? They asked him if he ever had roaches on his face, woke up with a roach in his ear. He said no, but I knew some people that probably did. That's where you lost, sir. We all know this. I'm just recapping, you know, as we get more people in the chat. What's up? What's going on, chat? Where y'all checking in from? How y'all doing? You know, eventually King really took severe offense to T.I. coming at him in this manner. You know what I'm saying? So he started getting a little puffing up with his chest and shit. T.I. went ahead and approached him and said, look, man. Grabbed him by the collar, said, ain't shit you can do with me, boy. What is it that you want with me? And I knew it was about to go down because if you ever listen to T.I. old music, like if you listen to You Don't Know Me, What You Know About That, there was a distinct laugh that he used to do in his ad libs. That look, ha, he did that ha about 3 times. I said, ah, shit about to get real for this young man. Okay. So he grabbed him up, went viral. Everybody seen it. You know, his son King has gone on Instagram. He felt like he was still standing on business. He done released about 4-5 songs since then. He got another song with his brother out called Like Father, Like Son or something like that. T.I. came out and he said, hey, man, I'm going to still hold it down for my family. We all we got. Don't think that this moment in history is going to make me turn my back on my child. We still rocking and rolling, okay? Well, I guess somebody didn't get the memo because there's a club out here in Atlanta. Well, I won't say club, but kind of like a lounge, hangout spot called 1145. And they decided to take it upon themselves to put T.I. and King on the flyer of their promotion for a show called R&B Wednesday. Now, number one, I don't know why you would put T.I. and his son King on a flyer for an R&B Wednesday show. Like, what is R&B about T.I. grabbing his son? But in the photo, they had him like had King in a headlock and shit, and they basically were saying, "Come have some food and drink with us, or get choked out." That was in the caption of the photo. It said, "Or get choked out." So clearly, T.I. didn't take very kindly to that shit, and he actually pulled up on the promoter, well, the venue, to let them know that he wasn't feeling this shit. There's a local Atlanta manager by the name of Steve-O Zone 4. He actually relayed the story before the video and footage came out. So I want to play Steve-O's video of him recapping the situation, and then we're going to play the video of T.I. actually pulling up on the venue to get some straightening. This is what standing on business look like, King. This is what you ain't equipped for yet. You pull up the Waffle Houses and shit, right? You like to, you know what I'm saying? You like to pull up on people you got the upper hand on. T.I. didn't know who he was finna pull up on. He just knew he was going up there to get some straightening. But let's go ahead and play Steve-O video real quick. All right? Just so y'all could get further understanding from somebody who's a little closer to the situation than I am. I'm from Atlanta, but I don't really be in these streets like that.
Listen, this is coming live from Standing on Business at 5. Let me tell you how Atlanta folks stand on business. Y'all know Atlanta is not a real place. And y'all know we go crazy with party flyers. We always see for MLK weekend, or if something happens on social media, we use a flyer, create a flyer out of it. So y'all know the situation that happened with T.I., Tiny, and their son King at the Falcons game this past Sunday. So, of course, in typical Atlanta fashion, a promoter made a flyer. Here's one of the flyers right here. Folks said. But this right here is the more important flyer. I just want y'all to take note of the photo, the location, the club, 11:45, and when. This Wednesday, R&B Wednesday. So they used the situation to make this flyer. It's very important to the store. So I got word last night that apparently this flyer made it to T.I. And of course, what I'm about to say is a dramatization of what happened, because I wasn't there. But what I'm about to say did happen. So T.I. saw this flyer and said, "Oh, word? They want to play with me like that? That's a bit. I'll be up there in a minute." And no, this is last night, because today's Wednesday when I'm posting this. But we talking about Tuesday night. So apparently, Tip goes 11:45 to just holler at some folks to tell them, "You can't play with me like this. Like, we ain't doing this one. You are not using some tomfoolery from the internet regarding me and my family, especially me and my son, and using me to promote a nightclub. We ain't doing that one." So I ain't gonna talk about what happened, what went on from there. I don't know. That part, I don't know. But what I do know is that this is the new flyer. And Tip and King will be at 11:45 tonight for R&B Wednesdays. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you stand on business.
Man, shout out to Steve-O for giving that eloquent recap, man. You know, he was ahead of this story. He went viral. They got him on TMZ. They got him on all the big media platforms right now. Big shout out to Steve-O. He's been looking out for a lot of artists out here in Atlanta for years, from the independent underground on up. So to see him actually getting circulation on the blogs and stuff was really dope. You know, he's got his own following on Twitter and stuff like that. And me being an Atlanta local, you know, I've run into a lot of these people. So I've definitely met him before, and shout out to him. Okay. Now there's actual footage of T.I. pulling up to 11:45 that was actually leaked out today as well. So I guess when he pulled up, people definitely wanted to make sure they turned it into a moment. So let's go ahead and take a look at T.I., because he definitely did not have, you know, the chipperest mood that day. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and see what he talking about.
Nigga, you can talk to me. Until then, ain't nothing going. Ain't nobody getting nothing going. Nothing. Call who you need to call. Do what you need to do. Ain't nothing happening. No money, no beers, no partying, no sections, nothing. You put me and mine on a motherfucking flyer, nigga, give me everything. And if you can't, don't play with me. I don't know if y'all from here, but nigga, don't play with me in this city. It's my motherfucking city. Don't play with me in this city.
Now that is how you stand on business. He said, hey, hey, T.I. turned in the goddamn Denzel from Train today. That nigga said, "Don't shit go on in this neighborhood if I don't clear it. You motherfuckers will be playing basketball on Pelican Bay when I'm done with you. I run shit here. You just live here. I don't know if you from here, but ain't shit popping. Big shit popping Little things stop it. That's what Tip had to say, man. God damn. Pulled up on them niggas. He had that you know that black jacket? That black jacket he had on, that's like the original OG standing on business jacket. If you from the hood and you grew up in like the early 2000s, you know that motherfucking black leather, that black bomber, you put that bitch on, you ready to go see something, man. He ain't put that on for no reason. He let them know. But, with all of that aggression that he put out, he actually did get a solution. So as they had him on the flyer, and there was a funny meme that was going around, he went up, pulled up, said what he had to say. They ended up revising the photo. Cooler heads did prevail, and T.I. and his son King did end up actually hosting the event for that night. So that R&B Wednesday that they were promoting, T.I. and King did pull up later on to let them know, hey, everything is good. They got the sections popping. They sold the beer. They sold the liquor. Everything that he said was not going to happen ended up happening. And I guess they paid him a little something under the table for their trouble. You know what I'm saying? And I mean to say they paid Tip and King for their trouble. You get what I'm saying? So everything worked out in the end, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching right now. If you're in the chat, go ahead and let me know where you're checking in from, how y'all feeling today. And we're going to keep this thing moving, man. So shout out to T.I., shout out to King. You know, King has definitely been going through it on social media for a while. You know, he's got this identity crisis going on. He wants to be deemed and seen as a young man from the hood. Not even his parents take him serious on that. But prayers, you know, best wishes to everyone involved. I hope y'all find a resolution with that. It seems that they're moving forward with this GOAT Talk podcast that they have going on. The promotion came out the very next day after their fight. So I hope everything just clears up. You know what I'm saying? What up, K-Music? You say you love Ari. We're going to get to the Ari situation. This whole episode is about standing on business, okay? And Ari was standing on business last night. I'm glad you said that because we could go ahead and pivot into the next topic. Ari Lennox was performing last night. I think she was opening up for Rod Wave, or maybe they're on a co-headline tour together. But during Ari's performance, there was actually a water bottle thrown at her while performing, and she didn't take that shit too well, okay? Now, I don't know who started this trend of throwing shit at artists while they're performing on stage, but we definitely need to get this shit ironed the fuck out, okay? Now, we've had numerous artists over the past year or so that have been basically abused on stage. I know y'all probably don't want to hear that word. Y'all probably take that lightly because real people in this world get abused, and we don't want to make light of that. But yo, we seen Kid Cudi. He had multiple bottles and multiple items from the crowd thrown at him at Rolling Loud a couple years ago when he replaced Kanye West on the lineup. All the fanboy Kanye West, they were throwing shit at him on stage. And he said, man, y'all throw something else on this stage, I swear I'm gonna fucking leave. And he walked off the stage, right? We saw, we saw Cardi B get splashed with a drink while she's out performing. So much so, she actually launched her motherfucking mic into the crowd, aiming to maim somebody because of the disrespect, right? We've seen, Drake. Even Drake got hit with a goddamn cell phone in his shoulder arm area while he was performing earlier this year. There's an artist by the name of BB Rexa. A cell phone hit her in the eye. Her shit was puffed up. She had a black eye for the rest of her tour. You know what I'm saying? There's an artist that I really don't know by the name of Ava Max. She's a woman, but a man literally hopped on her stage and slapped her while she was performing. So much love and light to Ava Max, because I could only imagine how she felt being up there performing for a crowd of people who paid to come see her, and some random ass nigga hop on stage and slap her. That man should have been shot on the spot. I don't give no fucks. Right? So there's this thing going on where people find it cool or funny to throw shit on stage while artists are performing. I don't respect that shit. I'm gonna be all the way real. Man, we got 28 people in here. Please check in the chat. Let me know how y'all feeling, man. What's happening with y'all? Right? So Ari Lennox is up there performing, and we're gonna go ahead and just play this clip of Ari snapping off at the fan, and it was well deserved. I wish she would have goddamn hopped off the stage, but that would have put her even more at risk. But let's see what Ari had to say.
That's the fuck right. Who did it, bitch? Who fucking did it? Right. Come here, bitch. Come here. Let's do it. Come here, bitch. You a pussy. That's right. You'll never even be as good as a pussy. That's right. That's right, bitch. You're dumb. You're weak. You'll never be...
So as we saw, the security escorted her off stage, you know what I'm saying? But she said, you a pussy, you worse than a pussy. You know, she said, she said, come on, let's do it. Like, she really was on Waka Flocka time, like, oh, let's do it. Like, bow, bow type shit, you know what I mean? But I'm with Ari 1,000%. Like, there has to be a line of mutual respect when it comes to performance. Why are you buying tickets to a show if you're not going to respect the artist? Right? Like, I'm going to be totally real with y'all, man. We're in a time where people are trying to hold artists to the fire for things that happen at their show, right? There's people that are still mad at Travis Scott because of what happened at Astro World. There's people that literally want to hold him responsible for what happened in the crowd. Don't really matter what side of the fence you stand on, but there's a lot of people that feel that way, right? We just saw this issue with Taylor Swift where she was performing, what was it, in Brazil or something like that? And somebody passed out. There were people passing out due to heat stroke at an outdoor festival because it was too hot. Hell, even Taylor Swift was struggling to breathe while performing. She had to stop. They had to reschedule the show. But there were people that wanted to hold Taylor Swift to the fire, right? Because this happened at her concert. So if you're going to have an issue with me as the artist performing, and you guys want to sue me, right? Y'all want to put lawsuits on me for something that happens at my event, right? Which the artist isn't even responsible for all of this shit. The artist's responsibility is to show up, grab the mic, do their music, and go on to the next city. The security, you know what I'm saying? They pay hella money, thousands upon thousands of dollars in security to make sure people are okay. The vendors, you know, there's supposed to be X amount of goddamn toilets in an X amount of space. This is all venue and, you know, staff responsibility. It's not the artist, but they end up catching all the flack because they're the person on the flyer. So if you're going to try to hold artists responsible for stuff like that, then at the very least, y'all need to start punishing these fucking fans that don't know how to act. Connie Tang, thank you for tuning in. Hey, watching from GA, great content as usual. I greatly appreciate it. So y'all gotta start putting the fans in the same fire because they're ruining the show. Artists are leaving the stage early. They're stopping their shows because it's getting too unruly. Like, they literally were throwing shit because they wanted Rod Wave to get on stage. I think this video actually came out in real time too, because somebody was like, damn, this came out fast. We're still waiting on Rod Wave to come out. So this thing went viral as it was actually happening. Y'all are interrupting people from doing their fucking job, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I know most people aren't artists, but these people are paid to entertain thousands of people. Nobody gives a damn what they're going through in their life while they're on the road touring. Nobody cares about if they're trying to perform to get themselves out of debt, if their money is low. We don't care about that. We want you to come out on stage and do your best, right? Nobody cares if their relationship is going bad because they spending time on the road. Nobody cares if their families is estranged because they got to go out here and work. We want you to come out and perform and do the music that we love. So there has to be a line of respect on the other side. You pay your money for tickets. You pay your money to come enjoy it. Respect the fucking artist. It just doesn't make any sense. And then there's artists out here that go out their way to actually bring fans up on the stage. So they break the third wall and allow you to be a part of the show, and y'all still want to disrespect these people. It makes absolutely no sense to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Janet Jackson be out there giving lap dances to people on her tour. She damn near, what, 60 years old or something? Probably older. She lap dancing on motherfuckers at the show. Chris Brown, he does like serenades for people at his shows. Usher's doing his residency in Las Vegas, walking into the crowd, serenading people, trying to make sure that y'all have an excellent time, that you go home with an experience that you could tell about to your friends and family and loved ones. And y'all are violating the actual agreement between artist and fan. It makes absolutely no sense. And as me as an artist, I'm sensitive about that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit, man. Hold on. What happened? Plus, these tickets cost way too much to be messing up the performance. I totally agree with you, but I'm gonna tell you some real shit, man. The older I get, I'm starting to feel like we need to take it back to medieval times on these people, man. Like, we gonna have to start pulling these motherfuckers out on stage. Like, oh, who did it? Hey, y'all tell us who did it. Don't you lie. You know what I'm saying? If you lie, we bringing you up here with they ass, and we gonna publicly humiliate you. Security gonna jump on your head. We gonna hold you down and elbow drop your ass for playing with us. Like, we need public humiliation to come back into the scene, because these young folks, these new age 18-year-olds, 23-year-olds, they on some weird shit, and they like to go viral for disrespecting people. So we need to try to reverse engineer this shit and say, hey, you want to go viral? You finna really go viral tonight. We finna whoop your ass on public display so you know not to play with us. Right? Like, y'all remember the eye for an eye shit? Y'all remember when niggas used to touch somebody the wrong way? They'll cut your goddamn hand off. We need to go back to that for some of these people. You look at a man, wife in a lustful way. They used to cut a nigga eye out in the Bible and shit. We kind of need to go back to that, man. We need some real justice out here. Some people gonna say I'm excessive. Some people gonna say I'm extreme. I really don't care, man, because we can't be playing with these people. Like, we tried the logical way, but apparently the punishment that these people are receiving is not enough. These people are just going to the police station. They're going in for questioning. These people are actually going into questioning and being sarcastic when the police are answering them. One guy threw his phone on stage, hit somebody, and the guy that hit BB Rex in the eye, he said he thought it was gonna be funny. What up, Fee? Tuning in from Cali. He said he literally threw it and hit her in the face with his phone because he thought it was gonna be funny. Like, he stood on his principles and was like, I did it because I wanted to do it, and y'all ain't gonna do shit to me. That's why I say, start pulling these niggas on stage. This is gonna be part of the show. Like, we need to get back to that, man. If we truly standing on business, we're gonna have to show these people what business really look like, because it's happening over and over again. It's happening way too often. You know, there's artists that have been literally shot and killed on stage while performing, and people don't understand how vulnerable of a position that is. If you're one person, or you and 3 or 4 backup dancers, y'all are out there doing something, trying to put yourself on display to entertain people. You got 50,000, 30,000, 15,000 people in the crowd. And at a certain point, with all this going on, you really don't know what these people's intentions are. You don't know if they just planning on that one moment to come get you, and you're almost defenseless. So I feel like there definitely needs to be a raising of the stakes for people that step out of line. They're going to catch a lawsuit if they hurt somebody. I know they're going to catch a lawsuit, but that's my whole thing. Like, we need some legislation that say it's okay to fuck these niggas up, right? Where the Republicans at? I know they want niggas to carry guns and shit. They putting all the states on notice of trying to get, Second Amendment rights and shit. Where the Republicans at? We need y'all to unload some legislation. I don't even fuck with y'all like that. Who am I? My name is J Nolan. We need some legislation to say we could whoop these nigga ass on stage. Miss Dee, I am J Nolan. I appreciate you for tuning in, but that's who I am. But nonetheless, we standing on business. Okay? Ari Lennox wanted to shoot the fade, and I'm all for her shooting the fade. I wish she would have had the opportunity to. But speaking of shooting fades, we're going to move on and pivot into the next story. We have former R&B artist and former Love and Hip Hop extra, Teairra Marie. She's coming out making idle threats at Keri Hilson, okay? Now, Miss Keri was recently featured on an episode of the R&B Money podcast with Tank and Jay Valentine. This episode has came out probably like 3-4 weeks ago, almost a month at this point, where Keri talked about her entire career from starting out doing talent shows as a kid, always wanting to be a star, to the time she linked up with Timbaland, Polo the Don, everything in her career, you know what I'm saying? The issues with Beyonce, which have been tamed down and squashed. And she also spoke on an unnamed issue with another singer that happened in the past. She didn't name this person. She didn't give, oh, you thought this was Jami? Jami is my fiance, just so y'all know. If you're tuning in and don't know who I am, Jami is my fiance, okay? Now that we got that in the air, let's continue. So yeah, she spoke on this unnamed incident, you know, and apparently a hit dog will always holler, right? So Miss Teairra Marie took to social media to let it be known, I'm the person you talking about, and you did not have that same energy when I saw you, okay? So we're going to play a little clip of Keri Hilson on the R&B Money podcast where she spoke on this situation, and we're going to see what Teairra Marie actually had to say. All right, let's get to that. Bear with me as I pull up this video, y'all. Take about 2 seconds. 1 and 2. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the deep sigh.
And took a sip of water, too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When you're a performer,
Yes.
we know how important it is to give love to other performers,
Yes.
right? Especially when you happen to be sitting on the front row at their show.
Okay. I like where it's
Yes.
going.
Mind you, no one else was performing. Was anybody else performing that night? Do you know what night I'm even referring to yet? Okay, it's fine. All right, fine. Okay.
New for him, too.
All right.
All right.
Yes. He was there. Okay, so I remember just this I don't want to be here energy. I don't know why I'm here. She was with a gentleman. She was his guest. I know the guy very well.
So this was like super vanilla. Like she didn't really say nothing disrespectful. She didn't come at nobody next. She just talked about some unnamed R&B singer that was throwing shade at her in the crowd while sitting front row, right? Apparently the dude that she was with was maybe like giving Keri some eyes or something. Maybe she felt insecure about Keri, you know, whatever the case may be. But she didn't go into like disrespect. She didn't do anything of the sort. But we all know that Miss Teairra Marie is queen of mess. Only time we ever speak about her or to her or for her in the public is when it comes to mess. So let's see what she had to say. Okay. So she says, y'all people gotta leave me alone. I don't bother anybody. Just leave me the F alone. So now, Keri, what's up? You want to fight or do you not want to fight? Because I'm going to whoop your ass when I see you. I'm sick of you people bothering me. You had a whole different story when I was in your face. You're a liar. Okay? So that's Teairra Marie's message to Miss Keri Hilson. She says, you're a liar. Do you want to fight or do you not? Because whenever I see you, I'm putting hands and feet on your motherfucking ass, which I think is super immature. Ain't Teairra Marie down near 40? Why are you still trying to fight people? Like, and based on what we just saw, just so y'all know, like, am I crazy or did I see like a lack of disrespect in that video? Like, it was nothing over the top. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Do y'all feel like she overstepped boundaries? Keri is like super respectful, right? Well, based on what Teairra had to say, we got Miss Keri Hilson that came out and released a statement of her own. And let me pull this to the side. She says, well, fellas, I ain't saying no name segment. Didn't work too well this time. Unfortunately, this did happen around 12, 13 years ago. I actually never knew until I saw the previous post that you also told this story publicly. Listen, we were very young in our careers, and I was remembering how I felt when it happened. But I don't feel a way about this situation now. Since then, we've run into each other, apologized, partied together, and gotten past that. So Keri is saying we've actually seen each other since this incident happened where you was throwing shade. Whatever happened, happened. We had our issue. We've seen each other multiple times and been good. Okay? She says, I'm responding to this because I don't want to allow anything to bring us back to a place we've long passed. And since it was a public story that got connected to you in public, it deserves a public apology. I'm sorry for telling the story, especially with the energy and hurtful words that I use. I don't know if I understand the apology, but please, for people pleasers, that's one thing we always got to get past. It's like when a motherfucker be trying us, we still try to find a way to put it on us. It was unnecessary because my feelings and energy at this point in the present moment are nothing but love, no ill will or vitriol towards you. It's an old story that I see now that we've both told. I hope you're doing well in this season and wishing you all the best in life. So even in the midst of controversy, even in the midst of Miss Teairra Marie threatening to put hands on Miss Keri Hilson, she still comes out as the class act, says, you know what? I don't want to take this no further. You've obviously been re-upset. You've been, aggravated. You've been waiting on somebody to explode on. I'm not finna be your subject for that shit. I apologize. I apologize for talking about it on the podcast. I apologize for whatever energy you received in me recalling this story. I now know that you've talked about it. I've talked about it as well. And I want to let bygones be bygones. I do not want to fight you. We are well into our 30s, near 40s. We're supposed to be in a season of receiving, right? Supposed to be out here trying to elevate, hopefully uplift the next generation of R&B women in the game, giving inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So no, Miss Teairra, Keri does not want to fight you with your ratchet ass. You come straight to social media. This video been out for damn near a month and you ain't said not a fucking word, right? You mean to tell me nobody up until this moment told you about this video? How many times you done watched that video before you finally broke and said, you know what, I'm finna go at this hoe? You know what I mean? Shit don't make no sense to me, man. Video old. They done had about 5 new guests since then. And you want to say, do you want to fight or not? Because when I see you, I'm finna whoop your ass. Nah, shout out to Keri Hilson. Shout out to her and her conflict resolution skills. We love to see it, especially as me from somebody from the A. We not accepting the bullshit. Teairra Marie, do you understand that your time in the spotlight has already been stretched out like a rubber band? When you was with Rockefeller, you had what? 1 single? You featured on a Memphis Bleak song or something like that back in the day. Like, I don't even understand why you still around. You went on the TV show with Ray J. Ray J didn't love you. You ain't like that shit. You wanted to wig out. You wanted to wig on 50 Cent. 50 Cent still want his money. Your time in the spotlight has been stretched out for damn near no reason. We don't understand why you're still here. You ain't got no hit music out. You ain't on TV no more. Only time we get to talk about you is when you in the comments on the Shade Room, the Neighborhood Talk, etc. Figure it out, man. You should be trying to mend fences with any and everybody in the industry so that you can propel yourself to the next level that you never got to reach. Like, let's just keep this shit honest, man. And this ain't meant to be disrespectful, so I'm not going to speak about you on a personal level. We just want to see you do better. You've been around in this industry. You came out in what, 2004? It's 2023, damn near 20 years in the industry, and we still have not got anything good to say about you. Check your motherfucking self, man. It makes absolutely no sense. And if ain't nobody else gonna tell you, a little YouTuber named J Nolan gonna do it. All right? Now, peace and blessings to you. Y'all motherfuckers taking this standing on business stuff too far, man. How y'all doing in the chat? How y'all feeling tonight, man? This really the show. Like, that was all I really had for y'all. But if y'all got anything that y'all want to throw in there that y'all want me to address, speak on, you know what I mean? This is your opportunity. If not, I will go ahead and shut it down for the evening. I appreciate y'all tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to K Music. Shout out to Fee. Shout out to Miss Dee, everybody that chimed in on the chat. Much love and respect. I'm going to give y'all about 10, 15 seconds to let me know how y'all feeling, where y'all checking in from, and then I'm going to sign out. All right? All right, we ain't got nothing coming through, so good evening, good night. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope everything is peaceful. Much love and respect. Y'all going to get a little selection from me called Let's Get It on the way out. And I will see you guys on the next one, okay? Tune in tomorrow. I will be going live to play my new album called Southside Nolan. So if you like good music, tune in for that. Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, one fumble. I done came too far to be humble.